absolutely right, Angel. There are a lot of creative individuals that we're just waiting to sign up for the class. And if I may, can I also express
Thank you, Angel. That's all the time we have left. Visit BronxNet.org/education and become a producer by taking the course. The class I offer is also in English, en español y también bilingüe. Nos vemos en la próxima clase.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our next guest is the founder of Sanindou, a holistic African beauty and wellness brand that champions the idea that beauty should never come at the cost of health. Sanindou offers a health-focused, inclusive brand that blends traditional African beauty practices to cater to women worldwide, especially melanin-rich skin. And here to share more about Sanindou is founder Fanta Kaba.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for making it all the way up to the Bronx, right? You hail all the way from D.C.?
Yes, the Bronx is home, and I am so happy to be back.
We're happy that you're back, and I think this is a lovely story for us to share with our viewers because this was founded in the Bronx.
It absolutely was. It was founded in my parents' apartment more than 5 years ago. But we went through a rebrand and it has since expanded and we are going all over the United States and even the world. So
yeah, so thank you for sharing that because it's important that especially we highlight a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of small businesses, and we're really about making sure that we highlight our own so that we understand the importance of supporting each other, right? Not only in supporting the show, but in actually purchasing internally so that we're stimulating our local economy, right? And so you took the risk of forming this company and housing it in your parents' house. Okay, so I first want to know what made you decide to go into the business of soap and loofah, because that's a loofah, what is that?
It's
an exfoliating.
It's an African net exfoliator.
An African net exfoliator. But let's just start with the beginning.
Yeah. So my story actually starts, or Sanindou's story starts in 2017. I came to the United States when I was 3, and I've been, essentially you can say born and raised, but I've been raised here in the Bronx my entire life. And so I went to Guinea, my native country where my parents is from, for the very first time in 2017. And during that experience, I learned so much about my culture. I learned a lot about my ancestors and how people tended to their skins. And so through that experience, I was like, you know, I want to bring an inclusive beauty experience to people. And so I started with something called Golden Roots Essentials. And I started that in my parents' apartment, literally a girl in her parents' apartment with just a dream. And so I started that, and the idea was inclusive beauty. Especially, we have so many beautiful women and beautiful people here in the Bronx, and wanted them to experience beauty firsthand. And so I started with Golden Roots Essentials, but then you could say a few years down the line.
So Golden Roots Essentials was the soap.
Golden Roots Essentials, we created body butters.
Body butters,
yes.
Okay.
And then we actually had soap too. We had the African black soap. And so since launching that, we did really well, but I wanted to provide something a little deeper. And actually, I went through my own journey with health, and I learned that I had PCOS, which is something that affects a lot of women.
Okay, so let's define what PCOS is.
So PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome, and oftentimes it is linked to a lot of the beauty products we use and environmental issues. And we, coming from the Bronx, we know we are the backbone of the city. A lot of traffic go through our environments, and it causes a lot of issues for us. And so a lot of times, people here are often exposed to a lot of toxic chemicals.
Right.
And so I wanted to create a beauty product, or just a product that would give people an elevated experience. And so going through that experience, I was like, you know what? Inclusive beauty is important, but health is even more important. And feeling beautiful inside out is actually what's really important. And so I rebranded, and I started Sanindou. And Sanindou is a little play off of the name Golden Roots Essentials, because Sanindou means golden root in my native language, Medingo. And so that's how we got here. So we are on a mission to fuse health, beauty, culture, and community. And so that is Sanindou.
So the health component of it.
Yeah.
Like, did you recruit like doctors or like scientists? Like, so how do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing about Sanindou is that we are based on science, but backed. We are basically culture first, but backed by science.
Science, right.
So what we do is that we work with different doctors, dermatologists, just trying to understand what are some of the major pinpoints when it comes to beauty and just a lot of the ingredients that are in products. Another thing is that we highly reflect or highly rely on our ancestors or just people back home. And so a lot of the ingredients I noticed with large beauty brands that are very successful oftentimes use African ingredients. And so we wanted to provide that
I wanted to add to that, right?
Yeah.
So that they understand when you say we rely on the ancestors, it's, you know, that's herbs and just nature.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So herbs, nature, like my experience in Guinea, I felt that anything I touched was very natural, was from the ground. And a lot of those things like baobab. Baobab is something that we eat and consume. But in the beauty industry, baobab oil has a ton of vitamin C, a ton of vitamins in it that is really good for the skin. And so I wanted the experience of just being able to utilize the things that we consume and eat and actually apply it to our skin to help protect us. So yeah.
Wow. So this is really like consciously designed.
It's very intentional. Even our colors, everything is very intentional.
So I love it. I get it. The earth colors, little shoon in there. So how many flavors, or I don't know if I would refer to them as flavors, but how many different styles of soaps do you have?
So we currently have two. One is our rose clay soap, and the thing that we really pride ourselves with is that we utilize ingredients from the African continent, and rose clay is actually very prominent in East Africa. And so we utilize that to make our rose clay soap. And then this right here is our honey cream soap. And we utilize honey from Guinea to actually create this soap. And it is scented very well, but even with the scents, we're very intentional. We choose scents that don't have certain chemicals in them that helps protect us and also doesn't really leave us exposed to some of the things that would in commercial items.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, right, no shortcuts is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no preservatives in there either.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that's a big thing for us because we oftentimes, when you think about some Black-owned brands or just brands that are made inside of the home, it lacks the scientific evidence and lack a lot of the science that's needed. So we're actually not against preservatives. What we are against is utilizing ingredients that do not need to be in products that oftentimes cause more harm than good.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then you're also importing a lot of this from the continent of Africa.
Yes, so we have our African net exfoliator here. This net exfoliator is absolutely amazing. I've been using this since I was a child, and everyone always tells me how like beautiful my skin is or like how soft it is. And honestly, I paved this to the ancestors. I did not create this, but I did source it from Guinea. And what this is that it's a exfoliating net. It's double knotted, and so what
Can you open it for everybody?
Yeah.
Because you know we're so used to loofah sponges, and so I use loofah sponges, so I'm very curious to learn what the difference is and why this is a lot.
So let me tell you.
Yes, please tell me, because
Yes.
I'm leaving here with that
Yes,
one.
yes, you are. Okay, so this right here is the African net exfoliator. In my native country, we call it, or native tongue, we call it fu. For our branding, we call it the Futi scrub. And essentially what this is that it's made out of nylon. It can last for years upon years, but you know, for sanitary reasons, you can replace it every 12 months.
Right.
So basically, what it allows you to do is you put water on it, and then you add your soap. It could be liquid or it could be solid, and then you just
Rub it.
Rub it, and you use it to exfoliate your skin. The knots actually exfoliate the skin. But the benefit to this is that it stretches up to 70 inches.
So you can get the back.
Yes, you can get all the
that.
parts, the belly button, behind the ear, everything. So you are squeaky clean. And then the other benefit is that you just hang it up to dry. Like, I travel a lot, and so for that reason, I love this because it's convenient. When I'm in a hotel, I hang it up to dry. When I'm trying to head out, I just wrap it in a towel, air dries, and it's done. And it doesn't harbor bacteria. That's the major difference between this and traditional. Yes, because, and honestly, exfoliate your skin and makes you feel so soft.
Right, exactly. It's like renewal.
Exactly.
Yes,
yes,
I got
you get to rebirth every day.
You know, I know, I hear you, I feel you. So before this segment ends, which I'm like loving this, I was all excited about the, what is it called again? The African
net exfoliator.
African net exfoliator.
Yes.
And it's for the face too, right?
So
okay,
you can. Do I use it for my face? No.
No.
I use it for everywhere else, but I don't use it for the face because our face is very sensitive.
Okay.
So you know, we got our hands, but yeah. So yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
That's an entirely different skin like sensitivity.
Exactly. But I would say the body is not shy of acne. We have acne on our face, and this can help, right? This can help with strawberry skin. It can also help with acne. But our advice is that if you do have any open wounds or anything where your skin is highly sensitized, not to use this because it is abrasive. But it is helpful for other skin issues that people often have.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And then, dun, 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 because this is being debuted here on Open.
Yes, so I'll let you do the honors.
You're going to let me do the honors of opening the box?
Absolutely.
All right, you guys, she's chosen to debut this here on our show.
Yes.
This is the first time anyone is seeing this.
Yes, so this is our Amina oil. It is our satin to dry body oil. And this oil right here is for everybody, okay? Everything is for everybody here, but this oil is amazing because who doesn't like to be hydrated, right?
Right.
And who doesn't like to be shiny and glowy and beautiful?
Do you mind if I spray a little bit?
Absolutely, spray it and let us know what you think.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it smells delicious, which we love.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's light.
Yes, it is light. It was very intentional. This is called our Amina oil. And actually, I named this oil after my mother, whose name is Amina. And Amina in the Islamic world is like protection, and it is for like, it's just a very beautiful word. And so I named it the Amina oil because I feel like I want everyone to have blessed skin. I want everyone to have beauty that doesn't harm them and just makes them feel beautiful and just lovely in their skin. The beautiful thing about this oil is that it is created to be a satin to dry oil. So once you get out the shower, my favorite thing is applying this because honestly, sometimes we just be lazy, okay? I don't want to go through that whole lotion process. No. So I try to create this so that once you get out the shower, you put it onto your damp skin and it just locks in all that hydration and it moisturizes the skin. So that's the benefit of this oil. Or if you're going on vacation and you want to shine in the sun and also just smell amazing, this is the oil. So yes, this is the Amina oil, and it has baobab oil in it, squalene,
okay, now tell us a little bit
that.
about baobab oil because we need to know exactly what that means.
Yeah, so baobab oil derives from the baobab plant, and so it comes from a seed, and that seed has it takes years for that tree to be grown. It grows really high, and it provides moisture for the skin. It's really helpful with skin renewing, and it's super helpful when it comes to like vitamin C and just making the skin rejuvenate and just giving it that lush look and appearance. And so that's some of the benefits of baobab oil. And like I said, our goal is to actually promote buying stuff from the continent and allowing the artisans and just the women to support those women. And so, yeah, that's the benefit of baobab oil and how we source it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it all.
Thank you.
I love it all. I love the scent. I love the intent.
Yeah.
And I love that you've married the past with the future.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're talking ancestors and science.
Yeah. And then the last thing I would say one of the major reasons why I also launched Sanindou is, for me, is an act of resistance. When I think about environmental issues, especially here coming from the Bronx, and just how we are often exposed to so many toxins and chemicals, I feel that creating Sanindou was my way of giving back, of interconnecting the diaspora, and that means Afro-Latinas, that means continental Africans, it means African Americans, just bringing us all together to allow us to experience luxury and experience products that are good for us and experience things that derive from the continent. It's almost like a gift or a love letter to my community.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Here we are using
you.
consciousness as an act of resistance.
Yes, yes.
Fanta, Kaba, everyone. I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank
Founder of Sanindou. Once again, if you're interested in any of the products we just discussed, you can visit sanindou.com. Stay tuned. Our Open Artist Spotlight is coming up next. I'm going to spritz a little more so that we can smell quite lovely for the next guest.